occupy the space, and I'd say at least for like the first 25 minutes, because of just how scrappy they can be with these smaller cooldown abilities. I'm thinking Malefice, of course, the Death Pulses, Monkey if he specs into damage, and just Reapers, Crypt Swarms. They fight extremely well, especially with the Marcy to catch. I would be a little bit concerned if I was TOOBASED, especially with how squishy their backliners are and all the percentage-based damage they have for the DK. I don't know. It's for TOOBASED, I struggle when to fight into this team, but now it seems like a good time with a 5-man smoke breaking onto who else but Pale Horse. I expect some tips from Arkosh onto Pale Horse potentially. No, not quite. Okay.
Oh, not this time.
Not this time.
Maybe his blood pressure's still a little high from the previous game.
I could definitely see that. That'll be only a quick first blood, but it will make it more difficult as well for Rudy to actually try and get set up here for some vision in the mid lane. He's not carrying the Observer, actually. Is there an Observer here for Gremlo? There isn't. Where's the other ward? Oh, a quick little dispose. They'll throw Nico underneath the tower. Nothing quite skilled yet for Rudy. And it's no surprise to see Nico take that shield crash level 1. Who's got this ward? Oh, Monkey does. Okay, he's taking a ward for the bottom lane then, the Observer. I wonder what he's going to do with that. Now he could be in some trouble.
Gets slapped around a bit.
Yep, double stun, and he gets body blocks from Paradise. Good heal out from Pale Horse. It's not going to be enough though, as even if that sword did not reach down those stairs to slap down the Bambi, Afro had an auto attack in the air. 2 early kills then for Arkosh.
Yeah, or for TOOBASED against Arkosh, and now Pale Horse getting harassed here as well. This Lina, yeah, she does outrange both of her opponents here pretty heavily, as she's wont to. So if she can keep them low, it's so hard to be Paradise in this lane though.
Oh yeah,
she's going to constantly get brought down by that Heartstopper aura. And this is a very hard kill to get, even if you've got some magic damage on your lineup.
It's a super aggressive ward, though, that Afro's put down at the very least. He put this down, well, it was still nighttime before the Horn, so very unlikely to be scouted until he makes some obvious courier sniper, something like that. I want to highlight this other ward that TOOBASED have put down as well following First Blood. Super aggressive as they expect Rudy to farm some of these side camps, allowing Nico to perhaps snipe him at an opportune moment. So lots of different kinds of wards. I want to see where Monkey eventually puts his. I'm highlighting these wards because the ward placements, especially on this map, has been very well defined for some time now, given we've been on this map for what feels like a year and a half, maybe closing in on 2 now. Yep. So when they're so different like this, it is quite curious. And of course, the Sentry to block the Ench's camp early, right? That's a must-do.
Yep. That is a must-do. And I think that second ward also does double duty for any rotations that Monkey might make with a creep into the mid lane.
Good point. Yeah, very, very good point. Bit harder to catch Nico, right? But you never know. One little Malefice stun after you use Swashbuckle or something could very well spell your doom.
Pale Horse being such a independent laner after he gets a couple of levels, it's not unlikely that the Ench will ditch him.
Monkey's going to end up putting down this ward. Nice point here in the Nature's Ascendance does actually allow him to win these trades easily with Afro, who is going to require an extra auto attack, allows him to get off at least his own auto attack, so he trades himself away. Experience, though, to Pale Horse, as Afro does die here before his kill goes on through.
That is very nice for Pale Horse. Kind of unfortunate for the Lina there.
These earlier points, or these earlier nerfs, I should say, actually, in Demonic Conversion, which did get pretty heavily nerfed. Support Doom, or sorry, Support Enigma, I think, is going to be rather difficult here. It's a very aggressive play here from Nico. And the Malefice means he actually doesn't end up killing these Eidolons. Ooh, only one of them is going to spawn the second, though. So not too much damage here onto Nico, but Rudy doing very well here. And my point was in the short mid lane with the solo experience, Enigma not going to feel these nerfs too bad, as by the time you're ready to cast second Demonic Conversion anyway, it'll be already level 2. So good stuff here, as that's an annoying clarity cancel courtesy of Nico.
And he's got 6 denies already. This is most likely going to go up, but since Simply TOOBASED had an inkling that this was going to be the Rudy Enigma mid, they do have the Pangolier, who is very good at the very least bringing some of these Eidolons down, so he can get some gold out there, and at least avoid the Eidolons helping with the defense.
Rebound. No way to run from Gremlo now. Inkswell making a bit of space. Empyrean just trying to stun as many as he can, but the auto attack's not nearly enough. Rebound is incredibly strong. 45% move speed buff as Gremlo diving the tower to get that kill with the auto attack. Aaron can't do much to stop him. My goodness. Not quite the lane I thought this would be, or the laning combo, but the fact that they're fighting this well into a Jug Grimstroke lane means that it's certainly got some strength to it, this Marcy hero.
Yep, absolutely, and she's got a little bit of a save for that spin as well. Of course, Gremlo, as a ranged hero, under less threat of that Inkswell spin combo as well, because they gotta make it very clear that they're going for him, actually walking up to him first.
Oh, and here's Afro.
Which, altogether?
Instantly 7 charges here. As with that extra unit, he gets much more stacks of the Fiery Soul. Quick little stun there, following the LSA thanks to the move speed bonus of this Lina. Yeah, so far so good here for her in this lane.
That's how she wants to play.
She will have mana issues though, as she refreshes here her stacks. 18 seconds up from 15, originally 12 on the old Fiery Soul, on the classic Fiery Soul.
Given in compensation for the individual nerf to the individual instances, but yeah, like she's going to get harassed out eventually, and she's gonna lose all those stacks and not have any mana to refresh him really.
At least we'll throw out another stun. That's the last one. They're gonna make a play now for Pale Horse. 2 points in the Heartstopper aura. Pale Horse really loves E. It's his favorite letter, and he maxes the E ability on every hero. Afro, careful here. Fairy Fire allows him to trade a little bit more mana. He's still at the 7 stacks as Crow gets a kill mid lane onto Nico. Will ride here as Monkey is going to fall. The last ride of the Monkey. Pale Horse is going to be okay. News from Afro. As that was an early gank and an early kill courtesy of Crow coming into the mid lane. Rudy connecting, not even a black hole used. He got level 6 off of the kill, in fact.
Yep, just a little bit of rebound disposing action, and yeah, very hard to scout, especially when all your wards were bottom. Empyrean puts down a ward now to scout out.
Casual black hole from Rudy. He's going to make the play. Does he have the damage with the Eidolons? Indeed.
Yeah, he does. Woo.
That little bit of, well, a little bit of nothing, actually, really. I thought, I forgot Null Tally's got heavily nerfed. Kill top lane onto the Jug, though, is going to come through.
The Jug as well.
That's a big one.
That's huge. And now Networth lead in all 3 lanes for Arkosh. That is usually an absolutely dire sign for any team. You can't lose all 3 lanes. You need to get at least 1 in order to get your game going. But yeah, that's a Pango doing the walk of shame without level 6.
Certainly very, very painful. Very easily beat to the punch. 17 denies right now for Rudy. Again, no surprise to have at least out-denying in the mid lane, especially on an Enigma, but to this degree, there are problems. They're going to try and salvage this now with the rotation of Afro. Moosh, stun though, still on cooldown for a while, and Nico's not going to go diving here, at least not with his current amount of stats. That'll force Rudy out of the lane at the very least, as he denies 1 more range creep on the way back out.
Radiant's middle tower
just for good measure.
Up to 18, a good number. Paradise as well is really struggling here, as Monkey and Pale Horse will chase him behind his tier 1 tower. This might be a little bit of an overextension. Even still, though, there's still no level 6 for Nico to come in and punish this. Crow as well has rotated on over to this side lane. That's going to leave Gremlo completely isolated top, where he's going to be mostly okay. Seems like they're going to set up for a quick kill onto the Lina. Nice little hurricane up to the high ground, courtesy of Monkey. That actually, no. Could have been a problem. But again, without level 6 here on Nico, it's very easy. In fact, they kill almost 3 cores. It's a quick kill top lane. Gremlo just strung that together, literally just Exo. Just Exo, not even a silence kips, just Exo damage doing the job.
I fully expected to tap back over the top, see like a sneaky point in the silence, you know, early surprise point. Got him, can't spin out of this. But no, he just walks him down. And on his bottom lane as well, you could see there, if you clicked on the DK, how Pale Horse's Heartstop Aura exactly holds pace with his regen, so in spite of him standing around, which would normally, you know, increase his health back up again to the point where he could participate in the fight, no, he was just half health all that time. And you feel so awkward as a DK, like, because you're tanking every single thing that gets thrown at you constantly.
Very true. Normally the strength of a DK, of course, is you can tank it, you get the HP back. Well, I thought Crow is making a pretty deep rebound play, and Nico has Rolling Thunder. He's going to go for it now,
So
actually.
tanky.
Onto the Marcy, who finds herself in the pinball zone, but does manage to get out, kills, or a courier gets killed. I think by the tower. 2 couriers go to the tower here, curiously enough. And that is going to be then a pretty big loss for Arkosh Gaming.
Completely out of mana.
Nico, though, finds himself in a rough spot. Black hole in 20 seconds, but they don't even need it here for the kill. Monkey brings in this Satyr Tormentor, and it's going to be more than enough to tank this tier 1. I liked what you brought up about the DK, though, because also one of his biggest strengths has been just using Dragon Tail in melee form to at least out-deny. Obviously, not something he's been able to do very easily in this lane, especially now with Crow, who TP's back to the bottom lane, closing the gap. They're going to throw him right back on top of Pale Horse. All this move speed and no running from Necro. Paradise is going to pop.
That is pretty much directly after dropping his Elder Dragon form as well. That's a yikes. And he lost that tower. You don't see it very often recently anymore, but teams that push through this tower deliberately usually do so because they want extra time to not have to defend their bot tower, to focus on other areas of the map. And they certainly got that luxury right now without really aiming for it on Arkosh.
Normally you see teams smoking into the triangle at this time of the game. With both of these tier 1s down, like you've highlighted, Arkosh smoke in the enemy triangle to gank Nico. He's in a bit of a rough spot. With the Reaper Scythe out, the full vessel, no chance he makes it out alive. And Monkey's even setting up for a kill underneath the tower. I don't know if Arkosh go dive in here. Crow, he's thinking about it. Rebound up in 2 seconds. Monkey now with the enchant slow. He's going to make the play. That is a kill out from the smoke that they made in the enemy triangle. There's plenty of wards up for TOOBASED. They got 4 wards on the map right now, but still can't stop anything that's going on. Rudy now, he's going to be ganking the bottom lane. Black hole in hand. Paradise is going to be already vesseled up. He is ticking down mighty fast here. And being chased by the Death Pulse. Rudy even making the TP play, which is scouted, by the way, by Paradise. So Rudy cancels the TP. Oh, Paradise, he can run, but he cannot hide from all this magic damage. Final Death Pulse will nuke him down. Top lane, Gremlo dispatches the tier 1 tower. Exo and Wagon to make that a mighty easy task. And Arkosh are running everywhere, doing as they please. All 3 lanes going quite swimmingly for them.
Yeah, and if they position as aggressively forward as it did there with that smoke, then yeah, holding that area that they've just made uncertain for the Dire is absolutely no problem.
Dire's top tower is under
Gremlo here. As he gets engaged. Oh, yeah, that's a great silence. He's out.
Makes it out alive. Would have been at least something there for Simply TOOBASED. They don't commit much. Just hold on to the Omni Slash and this Laguna Blade.
Steady middle.
Yeah, that's a bit deep by Crow. I suppose that's where you'd expect Marcy to end up being, though. Definitely a hero that ends games, even with a victory, with plenty of her own deaths. What she can do there.
Yes. Yeah, talking about high commitment, I think she's pretty much a definition. Like her Spirit Tusk, very much cut from the same cloth. You go into Valhalla. Shiny and chrome.
And Arkosh are looking to send a couple more TOOBASED heroes into Valhalla as they will smoke up once again. Still this black hole at the ready. Shadowblade is the pick for Rudy as they find their mark. That's a quick kill out of Paradise. Tankiest hero in the game? I think not, says Pale Horse, as Monkey will chop through a second hero. Even Crow is chasing after Red 2, has, of course, his abilities, but this seems like Crow, once again, has gone a bit too far. He needs a target, actually, to rebound off of, but good positioning there. Nico trying to at least outplay Crow with the Rolling Thunder, but does find it difficult in this terrain. Crow makes it out alive.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, and that keeps on being a lose-lose position for a Pangolier. You just position yourself with your back against the wall, and he's going to bump you up. If he doesn't react fast enough, you he doesn't actually get to cross that himself.
And these key items are coming online, Kips, here for Arkosh.
Dire's
Pale Horse
top
actually
tower is
racing
under
towards
attack.
this Radiance, I think, is a little bit curious for him. It'll be some time. He's only about a third of the way towards that relic. And pardon me, it's not the Shadow Blade. I still get this confused when I simply glance at the quick buy. It is actually the Orchid for Rudy. And he's got that completed and flying his way now. So that's going to be the major item completed for him. And Yule Scepter for Gremlo. We take a look at the other side of the river, and Nico at least is about to finish up his Diffuser Blade. That is at least if Gremlo doesn't kill him here. Looks like he'll make it out alive. And DK, no BKB, no Blink Dagger for him. Just straight rushing the BKB. He feels like he's got no other choice. Joker at least finally has Maelstrom, but can they fight at least a little bit here on this Diffusal Blade, actually?
I'm not sure, especially not if Nico dies here.
No, especially not.
That's silence.
That's going to knock him back a couple, an additional 30 seconds or so, really, on his Diffusal Blade timing, but it's already so late, Kips, that, these 30 seconds, that might just be an additional objective that Arkosh takes. Like, they're sieging all 3 tier 2s at once, basically. Unbelievable.
Yeah, this is how you play a lineup like this, and they're not sitting back on their haunches. They're not farming in their own jungle at all.
Grant?
Taking what they can get. Hey, Gremlo's on his own. He's just going deeper.
Okay, well, at least they've ended the exorcism. He is completely alone here. Aaron, there's no... Oh, there is a Yule Scepter part of me available for Gremlo. He's just so fast. Pale Horse as well with his bots.
Yeah.
He's going to rotate on in, and that'll put a stop to anything that TOOBASED had in mind there. That at least does relieve the pressure down bottom, so the creeps can start pushing that back out. Rudy is being kept at bay as well by the casual swashbuckles. Nico at least does still possess very powerful wave clear. The problem for him versus the Enigma especially has been that his wave clear does put him out of position, much like a Sand King using Burrow Strike to clear waves. And that has been problematic when the Black Hole is the answer to you. Okay, here we go. Soulbind into now Red 2. They need to continue locking down Rudy, and they have no chance for a Black Hole. And it seems like Crow will end up dropping next, as finally Nico is going to be able to connect here on the Rolling Thunder. Arkosh continuing to fight and to play into this one. Pale Horse is going to go for a cheeky little kill here yet again onto Crow. But Aaron is in, has 21 charges, but he's going to be silenced up immediately, and he's taken down fast with the Vestal debuff applied. He ends up going down before the Omni Slash can come through. There's still a kill, however, onto Pale Horse. Gremlo and Monkey, the only 2 members fighting alive still for Arkosh, wanting this kill onto Aframouche, going pretty far, in fact, and that's a huge swashbuckle there with the Diffusal Blade online. No way to cancel the TAP, but it's just Monkey, the position 5, who makes it out alive of this fight here for Arkosh Gaming. They do still get the Jug, but at the very least, it's a little bit of gold injection here for the Pangolier. He can be happy with that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was a great first Diffusal fight for him. And this is kind of what happens when
Rudy's just gonna Black Hole.
goes into deep.
Sorry to cut you off, Gibbs. No chance here. 2 Black Holes, both solo Black Holes, both securing kills there. And there's the wall of tips here for Nico.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh goodness. I mean, it wasn't you that cut me off, it was Rudy. Really.
True. Crow.
Very impolite bottom.
That's maybe a kill here onto Aaron. The spin at least does dispel the Vessel in the trees. He finds a little bit of healing. He's actually going to turn with the Omni Slash, and perhaps a dive too far here for Arkosh, as it seems like it's just Crow that's going to end up going down. Aaron thinking about turning. They find the stun actually onto Pale Horse, as Crow actually does trade himself away, but Aaron eventually will get the kill. And Paradise actually has committed into the Blink Dagger at this stage. He's not going to save up for the BKB instead, but a massive kill here. Only the Lina dies this time, as Aaron finds yet a little bit more gold.
Yeah, DK had that blink in the previous fight where I was going to get into that, like, hey, your Marcy's dead, and now the enemy DK has a blink and he can chase on, whereas all your options to turn that fight are basically gone because your positioning is now out of whack. And yeah, it feels a lot better to be Paradise right now.
Monkey just not a good target to try and chase after like this, as the neutral killed Empyrean.
Yeah.
That was
You got clapped.
a bit unfortunate for him, to be certain. There's still a ward up here in the triangle, and Paradise being slowed to a crawl, body blocked even there by the Satyr Tormentor, as Monkey receiving a tip from Rudy, creating so much space, being incredibly annoying on the position 5.
Wow.
Picks up the kill. Maxed impetus now alongside the enchant. He is doing damage.
There's really not much to do if you're a DK there. Like, the Juggernaut just puts his healing
Trouble.
ward up, but
He's gonna get out though.
Man, just bothering him. Now he's in
Oh,
trouble.
yeah, he is. Rudy as well, closes the gap with the Blink Dagger that he's purchased. Orchid as well, applied. No Manta yet, only dreams of a Manta style.
Blame Gremlo.
Has even...
Oh,
wow, Gremlo getting up to no good. Gremlo casually getting a triple kill, 1v3. This time the Arkosh wall of tips are for him. Takes down Afro, Nico, and Empyrean.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, we saw none of that. We're just watching a Juggernaut get chased out. Like, yep, he's dead. Gremlo fighting for his life. Nah. He's Death Prophet, he's fine.
It's fine. Back to full HP. He doesn't mind. And now he's got enough money for a BKB even, Kips. Things are looking very dire for Simply 2Base as they are staring down the barrel of 5 early pushers. I don't think these creeps have even died once this map in the Arkosh jungle. They survived and they are sitting pretty. Pale Horse, he's gonna go into the. He heard that and he's gonna go and kill some himself now with his bare hands. But Rudy, in fact, could be in a little bit of trouble here. He's got Orchid, but stunned and killed 100-0. Not much he could have done. Here goes Pale Horse once again, just annoying Aaron.
Picked up the relic now. I mean, as much as it feels like sort of a sidestep for a Necrophos, it is such a great luxury item if you can get it.
Omni, which doesn't get the kill actually. Crow makes it out alive. Aaron is chasing, but there's a tier 1 up down bottom here, and an Enigma respawning in 20 seconds with Black Hole. So yeah, he's just gonna farm this group wave and very likely back away. Arkosh with very deep wards. Monkey's been farming in your triangle for like probably 3 minutes straight now. That's felt amazing for him. Double bracer build here. He's back to his off-lane roots on the Enchantress.
He just bought a full Dragon Lance. It's one and done. Shopped it.
Now finally Arkosh at least forced to hit some creeps on their own side of the map for a change. Unfortunately, iCaster has cursed all of these innocent neutral creep lives. I do apologize.
They only have this one ward left right now. And I think they're waiting a little bit for the Talisman of Evasion for Pale Horse. Get that Radiance finished. Oh, and as I say that, they're just marching on.
Did they... I know they changed Exo. Did they affect its damage to Roche? Was that what they did? No, it was to buildings. Uh-oh. Afro?
No, it's buildings.
Afro has been caught. Monkey just feeling confident enough on his lonesome now. Joined by the rest of Arkosh Gaming. They'll go ahead and add 15 seconds to that Lina respawn timer. Thank you very much, says Necro, who also now permanently gets a little bit of regen off of these kills. I completely forgot.
Much like Axe, it's... I gotta say, I thought that this Necro pick was not late enough in the draft to not get countered super hard, but actually with like Pango pickup, because they still had to address the Enigma, they got off scot-free.
I'll tell you what,
This is still a nice Necro game.
This is already 14 bonus HP regen a second here on the Necro. Is fairly substantial. The mana as well, of course, gets put to good use here. As yes, they have plenty of damage for Roche. I was considering saying earlier, I'm not sure if Arkosh have damage for Roche, and then Gremlo is already level 18 at 21 minutes in, and here come Arkosh now with an Aegis on Necro.
It's just... he is stupidly big.
Pale Horse, though, down bottom there. There's 3 Simply 2-based heroes. They're going to make the play. Paradise. Oh, good play by Pale Horse. Yeah. Away from the creep wave he goes, and now Arkosh Gaming looking for revenge. Rudy TP'd in. Oh, Monk, guys, get out of here, Paradise. He'll make it out alive, as actually it's Nico, I believe, who may have canceled that TP. Is there going to be another black hole for him? Rudy doesn't need to do it, so he won't. He'll conserve the black hole for use at a later date. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Only Marcy ends up dropping there in exchange for the mid laner. And a question mark from Afro. Oh, he said, uh-oh, a little bit of,
for my coffers.
That's some BM between the Jordanian compatriots here, apparently. Rudy going for a bit of all chat. They're gonna make the jump onto him now. He's got Black Hole still at the ready. Aaron nearly dying even to Pale Horse. This one's gonna get a little bit spicy here soon, Kips. Monkey.
It already is.
Fairly tanky, actually. Has strength treads, but they will cut through him. Using the Omni Slash, however, now not much left for Simply 2Base to fight with, as Reaper Scythe used for the kill onto the Grimstroke. Gremlo does BKB for that one, however. And will then allow at least Simply 2Base out of the base, trying to scrounge up whatever gold they can in between these big skirmishes.
They're going to have to roll up for the next fight, which at the very least drastically improves his sustain versus all of the magic damage coming up. But the Juggernaut still doesn't have any stats.
Orchid. Lena already used the stun, though, so now if they want to, Nico could be in some trouble. But a good Yule Scepter out from Afro at least prevents Rudy from getting out the ultimate now. Nico, careful not to die to Eidolons. A little bit close there. Crow giving chase, but he's already rebounded. Has the blink. Rebound again. Look at Monkey go. Look at Monkey go. 463 move speed. He's coming around. Unfortunately, he's ran right into Paradise, who cannot auto-attack him more than once, but Crow is going to die. Nico using the Rolling Thunder for that, and they have held down now Monkey long enough for him to be closed up on. Arkosh, though, still interested, still keen to take a 5v3 fight. They've got this Black Hole Force Multiplier.
Death Seeker.
And at least it's a kill on Empyrean. Not much more, though, for now.
Yeah, that was, I mean, you've seen people surge into their own death before, I'm sure, but that was a novel new take on the...
Yeah, she looked so happy, too, didn't she, that little Bambi running all
boink,
the way
boink,
in.
boink. Oh, dear.
Incredibly for her, it was her last sprinking, at least this early. Arkosh, I mean, they're still amassing the gold, but given how much of the map Arkosh has been able to farm compared to TOOBASED, the net worth lead has been still stable for the past couple of minutes.
Yeah,
which,
they have plateaued.
Yeah, which is at least a high point for TOOBASED, as they will smoke out of the base now. This Aegis is still up, though, for at least another minute, Kips. For now, though, Rudy is the target, and he is killed off 100-0, farming quite aggressively, I must say, especially considering that he had Gremlo split pushing bottom, as well as the Marcy showing top. So he's going to be easily picked off for that. Gremlo now might be in trouble. No, he's got BKB. For now, though, Arkosh still keen on taking advantage of their early game lead by farming around the map, but they are starting to bleed a little bit here. And it does feel like now Aaron's starting to get online, at least a little bit more. When does this start to become problematic? Is there a point where TOOBASED are fully back in this game?
It's quite a ways off still.
That's a good ward, though. Gremlo.
Oh, they got him.
Yep, Elder Dragon form used. He did not get anyone as well with a Spirit Siphon. That'll be the death of him. However, Arkosh coming from behind. They might be able to get a couple of heroes in return, as now they're the ones that have got vision here. Afro is not going to die to that Reaper Sight. The first of many that's going to miss, and actually a big Rolling Thunder out from Red 2. Down goes Pale Horse, only on his first life. Rudy is back alive. He's TP'd to the Tier 1 tower. He's now incoming, but they've lost vision around this area. In fact, it's TOOBASED that have got the wards up here. So if Rudy wants to try and sneak up on him, it's going to be a bit more difficult with the Blink Dagger, with the BKB, fully scouted, in with the Black Hole. He only catches Aaron, but Pale Horse is still going down. Nico gets the kill. Aaron's alive, manages to live through the Black Hole. The Orchid burn, is it enough? It is, but it's a full team wipe in exchange for only the kill onto the Juggernaut.
Yeah, and that right there is how you come back. Their positioning in that fight was absolutely beautiful. You can see the regroup after the initial pickoff. They said, all right, we all move to the side, to the high ground, and then Arkosh feeling honestly overly bold, march up to that high ground anyway, and get taken out by a bunch of heroes that are spread out. You got the turret of the Lina going, and as soon as Rudy respawns, he can't even be there. You can see, like, they're spreading out on simply TOOBASED. Like, okay, now the Black Hole is coming. We're not going to give it to him.
Yeah, very, very good job fighting around wards. Clean, disciplined Dota from TOOBASED, who simply stagger plenty of kills. Gremlo is dead for that entire fight after they kill him there in the river. That's kind of how that one started. And again, Rudy only getting that kill with the Orchid burn, doesn't get any of the experience for it. And this has just been a staircase of death for Arkosh Gaming. Even through the Aegis, which is going to be reclaimed in about 30 seconds here, Kibbs, it's still just such a good fight for TOOBASED.
Look at this spread. Look at it.
The anticipation, they knew. Again, just having the vision up, they in fact deward Arkosh as that fight begins. They waste no time. They don't even take down the Sentry Ward. And just a plainly good, clean fight. Empyrean here as well is going to end up breaking the smoke. He will die for it, but that is going to be a loss well worth it. Especially with Roche not yet available. It's at least another 75 seconds before he can even respawn. He'll be back up well before then. TOOBASED.
This Pango's getting big now.
Yeah, they're still staring down a bit of economic damage, aren't they? Right? They don't have any tier 2s except for the one down bottom. They've at least recovered the net worth lead now to only a difference of 5K. With this BKB now online for Rudy, Gremlo still has a fairly long duration BKB of 7 seconds. Crow is not going to have his anytime soon. What is this for Monkey? Has he finally gone for a support item? He has a full Glimmer Cape at the ready.
At first, you get your own kit, you know, put on your own oxygen mask first.
Exactly, before you help others. It's very true. And don't forget, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, to take off your mask before you put on your oxygen mask. That's my favorite thing that they have to remind people of doing. Quick little kill here onto Afro. That'll be a 65-second respawn timer for you.
No, they put Gremlo on the high ground. But honestly, this should have happened on that first Aegis.
Yeah, they're doing it without Aegis
here.
here.
Got to it.
Still with BKBs.
They're strong enough.
And now with a level 3 Black Hole and an 8-second BKB charge, Paradise, they put down a sneaky ward. They're going to catch nearly the entire enemy team. Paradise thinking about going back in. Lina would buy back off of this. Aaron, and will they make the jump? Rudy is going to be the target. Paradise will find him the stun. Yeah. Aaron in with the Omni Slash. A thing of beauty. Rudy, he gets off the BKB, but he dies to the level 3 Omni Slash of Aaron. Pale Horse stuck on the high ground. Laguna Blade, he is not going to be enough to kill him, but Red 2 holding back everyone else with the Rolling Thunder, forcing them back from the high ground as TOOBASED give chase. The double buyback up from them. They hold on, they defend the high ground, but now they want more Kips. Gremlo in the pit will be hit with the Basher now, asking for a high five. Very unlikely to receive it as Gremlo attempting to TP out. Is going to make it out, actually. They didn't stun him in time. The fear ends up coming on through, so Gremlo makes it out. But with the course, not as likely.
Yeah, like, a lot of good that's gonna do him. At the very least, they only have to nudge this top racks one more time for the range racks to fall, but that's not what you wanted out of that. And this is really becoming a difference in initiation power. Arkosh are all set up there, but they can't actually pop any big spells to immediately react to this onslaught. Look at the patience from Paradise, I love this. They're all grouping over on the flank, like they feel something's coming, and that's what clues them.
Yeah, and Rudy didn't have a chance to get off the BKB. You just needed really that mini stun of the Ink Swell. You didn't need it, its full duration to set up for the instant Dragon Tail. And that means Rudy has no chance to get off the BKB. Neither of these supports carry any meaningful save at this stage of the game. And just like that, Kips, or even in terms of net worth, with the lines plummeting towards the direction here of simply TOOBASED.
We have seen this gorgeous landscape before, though.
That we have. If anything, it means that it is simply but a precursor to some wild back-and-forth Dota. However, given that Arkosh Gaming have severe issues with their initiation thus far, I don't really see ourselves getting into such an equal back-and-forth as we did last game. And I'm saying that with full hopes that I'm wrong and it happens.
Yeah, same. I mean, like, if they can hold simply TOOBASED in place, they have so much AoE damage that they can definitely wipe them, but they'd have to actually take a bad fight on TOOBASED, and they're not looking likely.
That's not a good one either. The double Laguna Blade, the damage. Red 2 deletes 2, but Rudy with the BKB finds the black hole. Aaron on the way on in, and Rudy does not get a single kill with this. In fact, the bash on the Pale Horse, he gets off no abilities. Monkey, the lone survivor, hiding under the cover of the Glimmer Cape. But the damage is done. A full team wipe, and now Nico returning the question mark. Simply TOOBASED. Crow with a well-played, real recognized, real, incredibly based gameplay right now. Straight into Roche. Oh, it's doing it. Arkosh are doing it. They're throwing for content.
Oh, the fact that they're all in the river just when the smoke pops, and it's not like they have anybody left over on the high ground except Rudy, who gets an incredibly hard decision to make, right? Because he can blink up and hope that he can get somebody over on the other side, but he can't actually see enough to know that he's going to catch the entire team, so he has to wait until his cores are dead. And then try for that black hole? Yeah, like Rudy's over here. He's not even in time.
No, and Aaron as well, who jumps in. Pale Horse just uses himself, but it only sets up for the Lina. She says, thank you very much. The double Laguna Blade upgraded by the Ag Scepter immediately makes that essentially a 3v5 fight. which is not ideal, especially when Jug is still holding on to his Omni Slash. And, well, Kips, just like that, we've had a very nice little, what I hope turns into sinusoidal, but very likely for Arkosh is simply just the beginning of the end, is the lines plummeting south in favor of simply TOOBASED.
Oh, yeah. We went straight into the Marianas Trench.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I hope they brought their diving equipment. And this Juggernaut now, he didn't have stats before, now he does. He's very tanky. Most of what you're bringing here is just magic damage, but he's still got the spin. This is actually a very nice game for his Jug. He just was completely on the front before.
Pardon me, that was very cheeky of Crow. Just hits the healing ward and backs away. Yeah, I mean, the good news is that even though it... Oh, Gremlo. Gremlo! Okay, they whiffed real hard there on the... on the swashbuckle, but it's not going to matter, of course, because again, now that Afro has got himself this Aether lens, and because LSA is still a fantastic stun, especially when enemies have an own Yules for themselves, he's been able to really come in clutch here on the Selena. 9, 6, and 17, participated in over 2/3 of the kills. But Paradise, he's found Rudy. There's not immediate follow-up here. Oh, just kidding, there is. Aaron is going to go on in, and Rudy will fall yet again. Aaron picks up his 7th kill of the match, still bolstered by the Sages now. A basher into the Scotty. Oh, it's just a perfect reversal of game number 1. And Kips, dare I say, we're going to get our first 3-game series of Division 2.
Could be. But you're still going high ground against an Enigma.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen with that Enigma high ground.
Arkosh is back on his pushing force.
Sorry, pardon me, that's Monkey versus Nico, who does go invis, and is going to need to get lucky on a bash. No, Afro is there with the Blink Dagger freshly purchased. Not bad for a Blink Dagger reveal. They'll take it, especially when the rest of your team is sieging high ground. Ancient Black Dragon, sorry, it's just, what is it called? It's just called Elder Dragon form. It's just called Black Dragon. Okay. Well, he's got Black Dragon ready to go now.
That's kind of underwhelming. It's got a bit of an amp damage feel to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, they need to give it like a Power Ranger sounding name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The horse?
He's already green, red, and blue.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's going to become the Power Ranger Dragon. I like that a lot better. Oh, that's a break onto a Necro. Hello, Aaron. He might be able to get this kill. They need a stun, and there it is. Paradise will provide it to the bash, or I'm not sure if it was the Dragon Tail either, or easy enough there for Nico, who's not beyond godlike on that kill. Crow TPing out right in the face of danger as he hides between the trees. And no such luck here for Pale Horse, who otherwise was having an absolutely dominating game. I think the time I noted how much regen he was getting off of Reaper's Scythe, he's gotten a little bit more since then, but that number has really not been growing too much. Doesn't have buyback either on Pale Horse. Gremlo is going to be saved. Nice dispose, courtesy of the Marcy. Will condemn her as Red 2 trying to get the kill onto Gremlo. Even connected there thanks to the swashbuckle talents. That is one heck of a swashbuckle from Nico. But they preserve the life of Gremlo. Gremlo, it's time. You need to buy a Dagon. It's the only way.
It worked in the previous game.
Does have buyback as well, and is thinking of what to purchase. Thought about perhaps the Halberd. Is thinking now instead of taking the casual plate mail into the Shivas. Not sure if it's going to be enough on its own to recover this game, but something must be done. 20k now
black hole
is the net worth lead. Yeah, Rudy has not been able to get off that black hole since the fight in the river, but now there's a second one, as you say. That might be enough. Through Aegis, not likely. Aaron, of course, still conserving that for 20 seconds. So Arkosh just need a little bit more patience.
Dies too soon. Yeah. They really wanted the tower to be up again when the respawns came in. Then you blink in on Rudy, you get those black holes, you TP in with your other heroes, but instead they get nothing. Good day, sir. And they'll have to wait. And this is the problem with this lineup. They have to wait for simply TOOBASED to present themselves to them, because they cannot create any engagements on their own.
Yeah, they're starting to really struggle. It feels like, I mean, it seems like you might be able to do it, right, with Gremlo frontlining, with EXO forcing an objective, but the last time they tried that, Kips, it went horribly for them.
Yeah.
And they tried that without Aegis as well. That's what was so shocking about that fight. No, regardless.
I mean, they felt the timer ticking, though.
And I suppose for good reason, as they have not fought a fight win since. That's going to be a quick kill on the Krug. Libby fought back. That'll be a dieback. Rudy, he's in. Here's damage from Monkey. Will it suffice for the kill onto the DK? Surely with Pale Horse to follow up, it will, but Red 2 looking for more. Only finds a second black hole of Rudy as he stares into the abyss. They need more damage still, though, as Rudy will fall, and Nico getting all the stuns he needs onto Pale Horse. The rest of now TOOBASED will close the door, slamming it shut onto Arkosh, as only the DK is to fall, and now following him, the Grimstroke. Not gonna matter much, though, as it's still a full team wipe for Arkosh. Or I guess I should say against Arkosh Gaming. TOOBASED claim yet another fight win for themselves.
Yeah, and maybe if you have Gremlo to pump all of the exorcism damage into that cluster team fight on the high ground, you can get enough damage out, because they do actually get very low on TOOBASED. But he is caught over on the side, forced to use in order to save himself. It's not good to be involved and put any damage into those black holes whatsoever. Now, yeah, buyback without exorcism.
Yep, buyback without EXO, buyback without BKB because of the changes, buyback without anyone else buying back with you, and Jug destroying your buildings. It's not looking too good. Nico is he's just doing a little bit of a roll up. He's revving the engine, so to speak. But these gas prices, no, he's going on in. He can't afford to rev it too much and wants to get out of this game here. Pale Horse is absolutely and 100% deleted. Sent back to the Dota2 main menu for 152 seconds, and he's going to call it GG, well played. Arkosh Gaming with a very early, very experimental, all-up-in-your-face draft that TOOBASED will sustain.